Malta do YouTube, como é que é? Tudo bem? Sejam muito bem-vindos a mais um episódio de Hogwarts, Segue-me no canal. No episódio de hoje temos dois feitiços novos que aprendemos. Temos o Wingardium Leviosa e Glacius. Não sei exatamente onde é que os vamos usar mais para a frente. Vamos ver. Neste episódio também vamos fazer os desafios de vassouras mais uma vez. Tentar fazer o melhor tempo no percurso de Hogwarts. E vamos também ao outro percurso nas montanhas para tentar bater o tempo dela. De forma a termos mais upgrades para a vassoura. Tá? Pronto. TPs mais altas.
How wonderful to see you again.
Tá cá.
I've completed my assignments, Professor.
Pleased to hear it. Professor Weasley will be too. I'll be sure to let her know how well you're coming along.
Thank you, Professor.
Professor Hecat tells me she taught you Levioso, so you should be ready for a more advanced levitation charm.
Graças.
Wingardium Leviosa requires a bit of concentration and a nice, graceful wand movement. Let's see you try your hand at it.
It's Levioso, not
When executed
Leviosa.
correctly, you should be able to pick up boulders as though they were sprigs of sneezewort. Well done!
Wingardium Leviosa.
You're a natural.
Bonito. Queres saber se eu consigo?
Professor Garlick, a moment of your time?
The plants are resting, so now's as good a time as any.
I was wondering, what made you want to
Why?
teach herbology?
How lovely of you to ask. I've always had an affinity for greenery, so this situation is a bit of a dream come true. After graduation, I was thrilled to be asked to step in for my old herbology professor. He'd had a slight accident, you see.
Oh dear. A shame for him, but it worked out well for you.
Well, he never cared, really cared for the plants, and they could sense it. Oh, you'd be surprised how perceptive a plant can be. At any rate, the trouble began one day when he cut into a wigan tree. Unfortunately for him, its leaves were hiding a bowtruckle. You may recall the marvelous creatures that resemble a twig. The little beast gouged the professor's eyes quite fiercely, but terrifying, I'd imagine. Likely for the professor, too.
And that's when you took over as the herbology professor.
Well, not quite. After 3 weeks at St. Mungo's, my predecessor regained a tiny bit of his eyesight. He insisted on returning to the greenhouse. Within a week, he claims by accident, kicked a Chinese chomping cabbage, so it was back to St. Mungo's for him.
Certo.
A fair bit of bad luck there, I'd say.
Well, I felt awful for him, but I dare say I felt a bit more sympathy for the cabbage. Upon
Pois-
his discharge from the hospital, his indifference to plants had turned to utter disdain. He lost what little patience he had left with a particularly temperamental venomous tentacula and, well, his resulting leave of absence continues to this day.
Certo.
I had no idea. How awful.
Last I heard, he'd gone to Romania. As rumour would have it, he developed a sudden interest in dragons.
Sério?
One can only hope he found more happiness working with them than he did with Flora. Huh. Lovely speaking with you. Have a wonderful day. Oh, and remember, be kind to your wigan trees.
Certíssimo, pá. Pronto. Mais um feitiço desbloqueado. Wingardium Leviosa. Ok, agora temos que ir fazer mais umas missõezinhas secundárias, pessoal, porque isto temos demasiada missãozinha secundária para fazer e se não continuarmos não vai ser fácil. Bem, então se calhar vamos aprender mais. Vamos fazer isto. Hogsmeade Station e Quidditch Pitch. Vamos fazer isto num instante. Vamos ao Hogsmeade. Oh, vamos fazer esta parte. Tentar ao máximo desbloquear os feitiços todos, que é para ser muito mais fácil fazermos a exploração e tudo o resto.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Já temos praticamente tudo explorado em Hogsmeade, só nos falta o upgrade ao Alohomora. Portanto, acho que nunca aqui vim. Tenho que ir aqui. Que é o momento em que tu dizes que já tens praticamente tudo explorado e olhas para um sítio tipo, ah, ainda não vim aqui. Então, ei. Aqui está. Já pousa lá aqui, se faz favor. Tu aqui ainda não tiveste.
Revelio. What do you have in store for me this time? Incendio. Revelio. Confringo.
Uma, duas. Vou testar. Ah, são as três? Ok. São as três. São as três. Ok. Aqui vendedor qualquer.
Ranrock and his loyalists will think twice before trying that again.
Hello. Do you have anything for sale?
That I do, but what's a student like yourself doing out here? Got yourself lost, did you?
Just exploring the countryside a bit.
Aye. Nice to break the routine now and then. Bit of a wanderer myself.
Vai,
in
mostra-me lá o que tens para aí, pá.
Name's
Porra.
Leopold Babcock, and I am indeed here to sell. Now, for someone like yourself who is also prone to wander, I cannot understate the importance of keeping some Wiggenweld potion on hand.
Tenho umas
I
quantas.
wouldn't dare set foot in a place like the Forbidden Forest without a steady supply. What do you say, my young friend? A measure of safety for the path ahead?
Something to consider. Thank you for your help, Mr. Babcock.
Aye, let me know if you see something you like.
What do you have for sale?
Sério?
See if there's something you need.
Olha.
thank you for your patronage.
Isto no jeito.
I shall hope to do business with you again. It's been a pleasure.
Revelio. Confringo. Accio.
Ei, Joe. Então, onde é que tu vais? Olha.
Brilliant.
Pronto, já posso voltar à cagaua. Ah, mas
How
só
did you get
Hogwarts.
on with those tasks?
Tá feito, menina, tá
Madam
feito.
Flower, I completed the list of tasks you assigned.
Wonderful. I trust you became more familiar with your broom through the process?
É, basicamente.
Yes,
Ainda quero
Professor.
fazer
That's good to
outra
hear.
vez o coisa para
Keep it
tentar
up,
ser o mais
and
rápido.
perhaps one day you'll have a spot on the Quidditch team. If Black ever permits Quidditch again. Well, with those tasks out of the way, let us get started. Glacius,
Lazy.
pay attention to your wand work.
Esquece.
How would you like to learn the knockback jinx flipendo? Once you've completed the necessary tasks, come and find me in the greenhouse.
Certo. Mais um feitiço. Então, espera.
Accio. Glacius.
There you go. Catching on quickly.
Flipendo. Vamos lá. Tenho que melhorar 12 segundos. 13, basicamente.
Success. Brilliant.
Ah, foda-se. Foda-se. E estou-me a enganar outra vez na merda das teclas. Olha, então não te apetece.
Abandoned long ago, no doubt. Made it. Brilliant. Did it. Now that's more like it. Brilliant.
Melhorei, mas porra.
Success. Excellent. Made it. Brilliant. This is rather fun. Excellent.
Vamos!
Too bad.
É nosso. Não nos dá nada. Não interessa. Está ali, pessoal. Primeiro lugar. Vamos embora.
Oh, did you hear about the new spell we're learning in charms?
Grow and alpha. Flux with. Certo. Já que estamos a fazer vachoras, vamos tratar disto. Aproveitar esta pausa só para vos pedir uma cena, maltinha. Se estão a ver a série, deixem o like, subscrevam o canal, ajuda-me bué. Eu sei que é bué da chato estar a pedir isto vezes e vezes e vezes sem conta. Mas se eu não pedir, vocês também não o fazem. Maltinha, a sério, se veem, é gratuito. Tipo, deixem o like, subscrevam o canal em baixo. Ativem o sininho caso queiram continuar a receber as notificações de quando eu meto um vídeo novo, que normalmente é todos os dias, mas de qualquer maneira, assim sabem quando é que eu meto o vídeo. Pá, ajuda mesmo bem. O algoritmo precisa disso, precisa de likes, precisa de subs, precisa de comentários, tipo, tudo e mais alguma coisa. Se vocês quiserem, agradeço-vos bem, tipo, mesmo do fundo do coração. Muito obrigado.
Wasn't wrong about the mountain views.
If it isn't the fastest Hufflepuff.
Não, é o não só a Hufflepuff
Hello,
como também
Nora.
da escola.
So, another trial?
Of course it's another trial. And you'd better be taking part.
Vamos embora!
Does this mean you've changed your mind about me?
Well, you're a step up from the good-for-nothings who usually challenge me. While they sit around and hope to be the best, I put in hours of practice. No one sets records by wishing for them. And I need strong competition to stay on top of my game. Are
Verdade.
you going to try to beat my flying record or not?
Claro!
I'm ready to fly.
Finally, a decent challenge.
Vamos embora, minha menina. Tudo meu. Então, Zé.
Brilliant. I'd say that was acceptable. Made it. Ha! Now that's more like it. I'm getting the hang of this. Ah!
Oh, minha amiga, tirei 27 segundos.
This is rather fun.
Vamos embora.
You've improved, I must admit.
Achas?
That was a bloody good run. Be careful. Earn a reputation for talent around here, and some people get put out about it.
Sounds like you're speaking
Vamos
from
embora.
experience.
Yes, well, I am. Anyway,
Então,
you didn't
ai
do
minha nossa.
abysmally. I can't deny that. But you'll not have the same luck on the South Coast course.
Vamos embora.
We'll see, won't we? Till next time.
I half expected you to back down. Rest on your laurels. See you at the South Coast trial, if you don't lose your nerve.
Oh, menina. Tu
To
levas.
race this course again, visit the podium with the leaderboard, where you can start the race and check your time.
Vai, deixa-me lá ver quão
Another
longe eu estou.
successful flight. I should let Mr. Weeks know.
Ai, por 4 segundos. Tudo bem, eu venho cá no outro dia. Deixa-me fazer upgrade à vassoura outra vez. Ashwinder X. E vamos para Hogsmeade.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Back from your latest flight? I want to hear all the particulars.
Good news, Mr. Weeks. With your upgrade, I was able to set a new record at the Irondale course.
Brilliant! I knew the upgrade had fantastic potential. How did your broom feel?
It rides well. Does get a tad shaky at top speed, and the handle wobbles a bit when I hit a strong gust of wind.
Ah, yes. I see. I think I know how to address that. Thank you. I owe you one.
If it means another upgrade, the pleasure's all mine.
You sound as determined as I am to improve broom flight.
Claro.
It's a joy to have a collaborator like yourself. If I'm right, and I do hope I am, you'll be hearing good news from me soon. Thank you again, truly.
Mais uma parte de missão feita. Vamos embora. Então. E agora?
Mr. Weeks and I do make a good team.
Olha, tenho aqui duas missõezinhas secundárias para desbloquear.
Rebellion.
Opa, mas
Tolerance for thieves.
eu no outro dia fiz
Them
isto.
back.
Hand what back, sir? We've not took a thing.
Hand them back.
There's nothing to give, sir. It was only the one.
Estranho. Certo.
That's all of them, sir. Honestly, I swear.
Glad you came.
Pois tenho esta missão da Sirona.
Hello, Serona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgog?
Sim, senhor.
I did, thank you. In fact, we're working together to try and rein in Ramrock.
Are you? I suspected you and he would get along. Perhaps best I don't know details of your plans. And I shall refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something?
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give...
Just north. Bom, é que já lá fui, portanto tenho aquilo. Vou fazer isto um instantinho à pressa.
Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle? Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Serona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Serona, a gem. Has
É
been
que
for
esta
as
já
long
nos
as I've
pôs a
known
fazer outra
her.
missão
She
secundária
thought
da
you
outra
might need
vez.
help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawk lumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawk lumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Bom, vamos.
I can
Goodbye.
certainly try and find some for you.
That would be wonderful. I'm worried about the travelling vendors and would love to get them more Wiggenweld potion.
Serona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Serona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawk clumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawk clumps and collect the box of letters there.
Tá bem.
Thank you, Mrs. Brottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk clumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it.
Certo, então isso agora é onde mesmo? 149.
Hope they know what they're doing.
Aproveitar e estourar estes balõezinhos. Tá aqui uma Marvin's Trial.
I know a Merlin trial when I see one.
Accio! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Defendo!
Ah, eu já tenho. Pois, eu tenho o Grace. Nem li. Sinceramente, nem li.
Glaciers!
Isto?
Incendio!
Oh.
Incendio! Confringo!
Not so tricky after all, Merlin.
Ok. Mais uma. Sendo difícil perceber que feitiço é que tenho que usar nesta coisa. Pá, não sei. Falta um. Cadê o outro balão? Um 4 de 5.
A castle. Must have been quite stately in its time. This must be the cavern Mrs. Brottle mentioned. Let's have a look around, see if I can find that box of letters.
Incendio!
That's at least one hawk clump.
Revelio! Incendio! Confringo! Incendio!
Anda mergulho, mano.
Getting there. Just a few more hawk clumps to harvest.
Confringo!
Muita coisa aqui. Oh.
Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether. Places! Incendio!
Aí é Zé.
Places! Incendio! Guardian Magia! Expelliarmus! Defender! Incendio! Defender! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Defender! Glacius! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Defender! Incendio! Accio! Lumos! Protego! Incendio! Confringo! Defender! Expelliarmus! Glacius! That was a close one.
Certo.
Almost there. That's all the Hawk clumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased.
Buggers. Buggers. Segue-me. E agora? Aqui. Canal. Não parece. Portanto.
Incendio! Confringo! Lumos!
Skills? Sério? Skills?
must be Serona's box of letters. I think that's everything. Serona will be glad to.
Forbidden Forest? Sério? Então a passagem daqui para lá?
I should find Mrs. Sprottle. She'll be glad to get these hawk clumps.
Esta parte é fácil. Chegas aqui. Vens aqui, fazes trava.
It's like a place right out of a storybook. Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. I have good news. I was able to harvest some hawk clumps for you, and I found Serona's box of letters.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion. And Serona will be delighted to have those letters. How kind of you. Now you be careful heading back to Hogsmeade.
Isso é muito fácil. Ir para o Hogsmeade é muito
I should
fácil.
take this box of letters to Serona.
Ir para o Hogsmeade não podia ser mais fácil. Let's go here. Let's go.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
Calma.
Hello, Serona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some hawk clumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I'm glad I could
Não,
be
acho
of
que não
help.
quer saber.
Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her. And for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
Não, querida. Tá? Boa. Vamos.